Hey guys, it's Hey553. Welcome back to another Beyblade X unboxing and review. Today we're going to be checking out one of the latest starter pack releases from Takara Tomy, that being Glory Valkyrie. Now going over the packaging quickly, as you can see it's your standard Takara Tomy starter packaging we're used to, and on the back of the box it gives you a full breakdown of how everything works, mainly how this gimmick with Glory Valkyrie works with its rebound. Really excited to try this out. And then for the parts, we of course get the Glory Valkyrie blade itself, and then for the bit, we have low flat. So let's get into the starter pack. So here is Glory Valkyrie out of the packaging. Probably one of the most highly anticipated releases of this year. So this is a string launcher starter set, so we do get a string launcher with this, which is pretty cool. And of course we get Glory Valkyrie itself. So let's now take a deep dive into everything that we get in this starter pack. Alright, very quickly we'll have a look at the launcher that we get with this, and it is a very nice string launcher. So you can see it does have kind of like that checkered pattern that was with the other launchers and string launchers that we're getting lately. Really like this color, and yours has got the white launch hooks. Lengthwise, it's about the same length as the other string launchers I have, so not really anything extra, but still really nice launcher. I think it looks really great. I think if you pair this up with the right launcher grip, I think you'll have a very nice string launcher setup with this one. Alright, let's now focus really on the main attraction of this, that being Glory Valkyrie. So we'll start off with the Glory Valkyrie blade itself. So this is a UX expand bay, so the ratchet is integrated into the blade. So this actually does allow for some more really fun gimmicks. It's also done in a very nice white metal coat. It honestly reminds me quite a bit of Glory Raphael, just with its color scheme, which looks really cool. Now, really the main attraction of this bay, besides the gear chip and the colors, is its gimmick. So this has a rebound gimmick. So this is fairly similar to Genesis Valkyrie and Savior Valkyrie from Burst. So basically the blades have a rebound gimmick, where when it makes contact with opponents, the blades shift back. So then then they shoot forward by a spring. So this allows them to rebound. And this can work really well. It's able to rebound its opponents, causing them to stabilize quite a bit. And considering that it's metal, it works really well. Probably the really main downside with the blade though is that it can be a little bit top heavy, and the stamina on it isn't great, even when you compare it to Shark Scale. But even still, this is a fantastic attack type blade. It works really well, and it's already seen a lot of competitive success. A lot of bladers, myself included, have been making great use of this blade already, and it's already making top cuts of decks. Just a bit of a shame with the current scalper crisis we have at the moment. A lot of people aren't be able to get their hands on it just yet. But even still, phenomenal blade we got right here. Potentially meta changing. Finally, for the bit, we have low flat. Really the main disappointing aspect of this release though. Low flat's a very old bit now. We first got this pretty much almost 3 years ago. Well, actually over 3 years ago. So, very old bit. I would have liked to have seen a new bit be included with Glory Valkyrie, not low flat. And considering how low stamina Glory Valkyrie is, having a very low stamina bit like low flat doesn't help it much. I do like the colors of it, but low flat's definitely very outclassed now, mainly with low rush. But if you haven't gotten this bit already, this is definitely going to be a nice way to be able to get this in a starter pack now. With this combination of parts, it makes Glory Valkyrie an attack type. So let's now head over to the scales and see how much all the parts weigh in this release. Alright, let's get some weights for Glory Valkyrie. So the low flat, that weighs 2.12 grams. And then, of course, the Glory Valkyrie blade. This one weighs 43.42 grams. So when you count the weight of the ratchet, per se, it is in the high 30s, which is pretty good. For comparison, with the other UX expand base we've gotten so far, Valor Bison's 40.84, Rampart Aegis is the lightest at 32.88, Kata Shinobi is 37.27, and then of course the weight of Bullet Griffin is 60.89. Granted, that's 2 bays in one. But even still, the weight of Glory Valkyrie is pretty good. So let's put the bit on. So altogether, Glory Valkyrie with low flat weighs 45.53 grams. So let's now head out to the stadium and do some test spins and some test battles. Alright, now we're going to do some test spins and some test battles with Glory Valkyrie. Now, I'm actually not going to do the tests with this one. I am going to be using the one I've been using at recent tournaments. So, as you can see, it's already had quite a bit of the paint worn off. So, we're going to be testing it with the stock combo first, and then I'm actually going to switch it out to level in a bit because it works very well with level. So, let's try this bay out. So, being on low flat, it's going to dash around quite a bit. I really still don't think low flat was the best choice. I honestly would have liked to have seen a different bit used. Like I said, you can at least change the bit. But I do think level seems to be a good choice. People have also been trying rush and low rush, but I just think level works well, at least with my playstyle. But let's now see how Valkyrie does against some opponents. Yeah, low flat's just not the best bit for it. I'm gonna switch it up to level for the next round and for the rest of the video. Yep, that's a lot better. You see, there's a lot more speed and stamina with level, which is pretty good. Yep, that's really the main weakness of Glory Valkyrie. If it doesn't defeat the opponent by the late stage of the match, when it's down to stamina, it is gonna struggle.
You can really see that rebound ability at work. It works really well.
So that's it for my look at Glory Valkyrie. Absolutely awesome. This is a really fun bay to mess with, and definitely meta changing potentially too. The blade itself works extremely well. The rebound ability is really fun to mess with, and it's really battle effective. But it's not the best attack type out there. It does get destabilized pretty quickly if it's hit the wrong way, and the stamina on it isn't great, especially when you're competing with other attack types when it comes down to stamina battles. So that is something to watch out for, but this is a awesome bay to use. Granted, the inclusion of low flat isn't the best bit. Would have liked to have seen a new bit here. The string launcher though is really awesome to get. If you haven't gotten the string launcher yet, this is an awesome way to get it if you were able to get this at retail. But I could definitely recommend you pick this up if you do spot it, either this or the Hasbro release. So my final thoughts on Glory Valkyrie are very high. This is a really great release from Takara. The blade itself is potentially meta changing with its gimmick, and it's a really fun gimmick nonetheless. Low flat is probably the main disappointing aspect of this release. I would have liked to have seen a different bit or a brand new bit be included. And the string launcher is a really nice addition as well. So if you can manage to get this release from Takara for a reasonable price, I would say go for it. But if you do have access to Hasbro products, maybe try to wait to find the Hasbro release of this bay, as it is starting to pop up in a few areas. So maybe try your hands on getting the Hasbro release if you can, because that's probably going to be the best way to get this for at least retail price. But yeah, I definitely do highly recommend you pick this up. It is a very fun release. But that's going to do it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And also check out all my other friends' channels in the links in the description below. So until then, I'll see you all in the next video.